Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, a season that means to me. I still remember when they came out in 2000. I recently finished it at the end of January, and I had a lot of fun with it. Nice villains, great cast, and of course one of the most badass Red Rangers of all time, Carter motherfucking Grayson. Well anyways, after a few years of no Power Rangers games, Lightspeed Rescue broke the mold and we got a PS1 game, and then 64 game, and the Gameboy Color game. I'll take a look at the PS1 game another time, but right now we're going to talk about the Game Boy Color one. This game was released in June of 2000, made by Natsume. And unlike the past Power Rangers games that were beat 'em ups, this time around it's more of a platformer mixed in with some beat 'em ups. So anyways, the game is about Diabolical ruining the city alongside with monsters. You have to rescue people, kill the batlings, and then beat up the main monsters. After completing the 5 levels, you get to fight Diabolical. Makes sense since Queen Banshira didn't enter the picture of Lightspeed Rescue until around the halfway mark. So by then, Diabolical was the main threat for now. Anyways, you are given a choice of 5 levels: the city, the dam, the subway, the bay, and the plant. You can pick any Power Ranger: Chad, Carter, Joel, Kelsey, and Dana. Of course, I went with Chad. We'll get to that in just a minute. Anyways, the game opens up, you gotta rescue people. It's actually pretty fun. You have to collect weapons, go through certain rooms, and make sure you rescue them. Next up, you fight batlings. The battling stages are pretty easy for the most part. Just be careful that there might be some pathways that might accidentally lead you to a dead end, or accidentally lead you to the finish line and you don't complete your main task. We'll get to that in just a moment. Lastly are the Megazord battles. The Megazord battles are a little stiff in this game. Seriously, the enemy loves to block a lot. So get ready because the bosses end up blocking a lot. So after completing all 5 levels, we get to fight Diabolical, right? Well, I wish that was that easy, but now we get to one of the most hideous things about this game. You see those medals in the ranking after I completed the level? Well, they weren't there for show. You have to get 5 gold medals to face Diabolical at the end. If not, you have to keep playing these levels again and again and again in order to get the gold medal. Okay, that's not too hard, right? So what are the requirements? Well, in order to get a gold medal, you need to rescue everyone, kill all the batlings, do it fast as hell, make sure you don't lose a life, and as for the Megazord battles, don't take that much damage, and don't die. Oh my god, what the hell were they even thinking with that idea? Okay, the whole rescuing people and killing battling part, that's not too hard. But the Megazord battle, they were already hard enough. Now I gotta make sure I don't take that much damage, especially with these freaking bosses that have absurd patterns. Know why they made this decision. The game was fun the way it was. Okay, I get it. They wanted to make sure we rescue everyone, make sure we explore all the levels, and not the game would have been too short. But why did they have to make it this hard with Megazord battles? Just give me the gold medal if I didn't die. That's it. And the worst part of all is you also have to be fast enough. If not, you don't get the gold medal. It just bothers me. Why in the hell did they do this? Okay, I don't advocate for cheating, but this is an exception. There is a password where you could get all the gold medals for free and fight Diabolical. Here's the thing, I don't recommend doing this if you're just gonna instantly warp to the final boss. No. Complete the 5 levels, try the best you can, and then fight Diabolical. As for Diabolical himself, he's pretty fucking hard. He could punch like an absolute tank. But in a brilliant twist, you think you beat him, but no, he ends up breaking out and destroys your Megazord just like in the show. But then they call the Super Train Megazord and you just beat the living snot out of him, and that's it, the game's over. You may think that despite my frustrations of this game, I hate this game. No, this is actually a really solid game. It's just unfortunately it was just ruined by the mandatory gold medals. I just don't get why they decided to do that. Why not just decide to make it an option? That would have been better. But instead they had to use mandatory gold medals. The music, although there's not much of it, is really, really catchy. The graphics on this game are also pretty nice too, so Natsume did a good job. Overall, Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, despite its stupid gold medal mandatory bullshit, is still a fun game. The thing that I really liked about Lightspeed Rescue on Game Boy Color, it broke the mold of a lot of Power Rangers games. A lot of Power Rangers games were just simple beat-em-ups. This one, they decided to take a different approach and make a platformer beat-em-up, and decided to give you choice of going through 5 levels. It's kind of similar to Power Rangers, the movie on the Game Boy, but much more refined. So overall, this is a solid game. So originally this is where the review ends, but because I just recently finished Time Force on Game Boy Color, I'm just going to briefly talk about it for a minute or two. Time Force came out around April 2001 for the Game Boy Color, so really early into the show's run. Unlike the last game that was just 5 levels and you have to rescue everyone and defeat Batlings, this game decides to take a simple 8-level approach. Just want to tell you this right now, you don't have to worry about the gold medals in this game. Thank God. It's just 8 levels, and that's it. Anyways, Rancic's on the loose alongside with his henchmen, you gotta take them down. The game starts off in the first level, obviously, but after you complete the first level, you can choose which level you want to do next. You want to go in the forest, or you want to go in the underwater base, which is really nice. I really like this. It's just like Lightspeed Rescue. The game starts off with no Zord battles, but after I would say the third level is when the Zord battles take place. The Zord battles are a little bit more refined this time around, and I don't find them nowhere near as frustrating as Lightspeed Rescue. So the game for the most part can be a little bit easy, but my god, this is where the hideous part comes. It's the last level. You have to face Rancic, but once you face him, you are instantly teleported into his base and you have to find all the Power Rangers. After finding all the Power Rangers, you end up finding Rancic, and dear god, he's hard! Oh my god, he takes so many hits! Your best option is pray to god you found the 2-time power-up icons and just spam the Blue Rangers eat Honda punches and pray to god he goes down. Seriously, this is one of the most frustrating bosses I've encountered in quite some time. Be very careful against Rancic. If you magically beat Rancic, he turns giant, you take him down, and that's it, the end. Overall, this game to me is definitely better than Lightspeed Rescue, even if it is back to being a linear fashion. Also, another thing I must mention, you also have guns and weapons in this game. Make sure you use them. Your punch kind of sucks in this game. So overall, it controls great, the music's fantastic, and the graphics are good. It's just unfortunately the game just gets really hard in the last level, and god, Rancic is just absolutely terrible in this game. Other than that though, both Lightspeed Rescue and Time Force are pretty solid games for the Game Boy Color. They both have their flaws, but they're both really fun Power Rangers games. Honestly, I was saying they're really good handheld Power Rangers games. Well, that's it for this review for both Lightspeed Rescue and Time Force. Next time, at long last, we're gonna finally talk about the Game Boy Advance Power Rangers games, which may take me a little bit. See you guys then.